welcome back to our fourth episode of Red Talk. With us today, we have Professor Thompson, our athletics faculty lead, and we have Jack stepping in for Nico.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank you for having me.
Happy to be here.
Unfortunately, Nico could not be here with us today, but I'll be stepping in for him. My name is Jack. I'm a part of the men's basketball team here at Atlantis. I'm a junior, and this is my first year here. And so thank you guys for having me. I appreciate Professor Thompson coming on. I had him for a international business class earlier this semester. One of the best professors I've ever had. So I appreciate you coming out. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It was a pleasure to have you in my class. It was a pleasure to have you.
Sure. So just tell us a little bit about what you do here at Atlantis, your role with students, with athletes.
Absolutely.
Just dive into that a little bit.
Okay. I come from 30 years in the communication industry. So communication is extremely important to me. I was on the technology side. I was also worked with a lot of corporations. And I understand the importance of communication. And at the university here, communication is important to us as well. And so they saw the need that we come together as a family as much as we can. And we do that by totally understanding what we're all doing together, right? So we can't do that unless we're communicating, unless we understand what the athletes are doing, what they're up against, when their games are being played and all that good stuff. Make the faculty fully aware of what the athletes are doing. But in the same, as a reverse, making sure that the athletic department, all the students understand, one, we are very interested in your overall success,
Right.
But they also will fully know, hey, what are the difficulties we're having on this end, on our end? If there's any issues in the classroom, any issues on the field, we don't want to be siloed. Siloed is the worst part of communication, where everybody's self-interest, right? The school is great because it's not large,
Right.
so it should be very simple for us to communicate, work together as a family, for your best interest, right? Because I was we're all college students. I was a college student, and I was a college athlete. And, I used to say, man, they don't understand what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I got these issues, man, and nobody else cares. Professor, get my work in, all the professor cares about is getting the work in, or the coach doesn't care. Man, I don't care about your grades, be at practice, right?
Sure.
We don't want that, we want a holistic view of you, so that we're talking, right? So faculty's talking more with coaches. Coaches are become more part of the scholastic and the education, and they're interested in knowing, hey, how is he doing in classroom? Is he getting there on time? We've had situations where we've adjusted practice schedules. Hey, students are having a little trouble getting here on time. Let's end practice a little early so that they can get to class on time. So it's through those communications, when you're having events, when you're having games, when the final exams, when are midterm exams, the coaches are aware. One of the things that have come from this already is that we have a joint calendar that we put together monthly that kind of shares, what are the activities that are happening in the student athlete, as well as anything that's on the table from student life, or that's on the table with the classroom, if there's, like I said,
Right.
So everybody's fully aware.
Yeah.
So I think that was a role they thought was important, because you students are the backbone of this university, and to make sure that we are communicating in the back end, in the long term, will make you a better, well-rounded student and athlete.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I definitely feel like athletes sometimes can have, a hard time balancing everything. So I feel like having someone in that role that you're in at this school really helps us out. As, students, people, a university as a whole. I feel like it's a super important role that they put you in, and it has a big impact on this university and the success of, like us, the student body. and the athletes. So we all appreciate it, and we feel as it's a really important aspect of the life here.
And also what happens is, especially student athletes, you've been rewarded for many years of your life for your performance on a surface, football field, court, whatever it is, right, soccer field, and you're very comfortable there. You want to be there, and you know how to succeed here, right? The classroom may not be something you're comfortable with yet, right? So we have to help you transition because you're going to spend probably more time on this side with the information you're learning in terms of business and being an entrepreneur. You're going to spend a lot more time here than you will doing a sport. Even if you become a professional, you'll still spend a lot more time here.
Sure.
So we want to make sure that you be comfortable coming here. So you're more comfortable, hey man, this professor really cares about my education, me succeeding, getting ahead, as well as he appreciates the fact that I'm an athlete. See, that's all it is. It's just like, you are two, that's why we have both, student athlete, right? You're both. So we don't want it separated though. You're still one person. You're not two people.
Yeah.
We want to treat you like one person. So, and encompass both parts of your life.
Yeah. I feel like, like you said, it's definitely a lot for student athletes. And, especially being in a city like Miami where we're in, it's easy to get lost in, with school, athletics, even social life, being in a city like this, which, that kind of leads me to my next topic, what do you feel like the opportunities are like being in this city, Miami, well known? What kind of opportunities do you feel like that opens up for, students, athletes, people, professionals?
Yeah, that is a great question. What you'll find, there are a lot of schools in very rural parts of the country that are this size. Rural, not a lot going on. Miami is an amazing spot for opportunity. Let's go over some of the major things that happen in South Florida. In terms of, if we talk about logistics, right? We have the Port of Miami here, one of the most busiest ports, international ports of Miami. In terms of understanding how logistics work and supply chain management, it's right here in front of us. Our international airport probably has more people from different countries coming into it. It's right here in our backyard where we can explore and learn and understand, and they're very fast forward in their technology, right? We have Wynwood, which is becoming the home of not just art, but it's also becoming a whole of software and technology. They're trying to almost become like Silicon Beach there, because there's all these little small tech companies coming up and activities and events. Art Basel is one of the there's only 3 places in the world that has Art Basel, and Miami is one of them. And all the art from around the world come here. So if you're a person into the arts, and all of this stuff was literally within 2 miles of us. The Adrian Arch Center, that's right there where we hold our graduation. That's prime time theater, prime time performances that are around the world that happens there. Not far from us, in Homestead area, we have agriculture. Lots of agriculture. So if you're interested in agriculture, the Keys has fishing. And there's marine biology opportunities here, and not just on top of that, we have every single major sport, just to kind of get in your, we have the Marlins here, we have the Miami Heat here, we have the Miami Dolphins here, we have the Panthers. I'm sure I left somebody out. We have racing here, and horse, everything. So you as a person that is looking for opportunities, and the first thing, as I've always mentioned in my class, is that you find your passion, you find what you're interested in, you find what you're good at, right? So all of those things are mutually exclusive. They could all 3 be different. But in a place like South Florida, you can explore it all. So I find the fact that our university is in the hub in the middle of here, our students have a great opportunity to reach out and test the water, so that by the time they graduate, they are fully understanding the opportunities available to them as opposed to, if this was in a rural city or state where you'd have to fly or take a bus or drive to experience it.
Yeah.
Even in Gainesville, where I went to school, I'd have to drive to Orlando for some of these opportunities.
Right.
Being here, it's right here in front of you. So.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very
most
true.
definitely.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question.
Yeah, I mean, being the 4 or 5 months since I've been down here, I've definitely just seen firsthand the opportunities. You meet a lot of people, and it's all about keeping your mind open. And I feel like you should really just try to make as many connections as possible in the situation of that, like, us students are in. And like Professor always says in the class, no one's gonna say no to a college student.
No.
So you go up and you ask really any question, and a lot of people are gonna be open to helping you out, giving you knowledge, and
yeah, I didn't even talk about this. What is the first thing people used to talk about Miami or South Florida is the multiculturalism. We didn't even talk about that. The opportunity is just understanding other cultures.
Yep.
And understanding that we live in a world that's global. I mean, if you are at a university and if somebody says to you that the world is now global and international, how many cities in the world, right, checks that box, right?
Yep.
There's just a couple.
Not many.
Right. So again, hub of opportunity, absolutely. And so we don't want you to miss out on that. So we want to make sure that we are working our best to be a part of those activities that are happening and share them with you all and give you access to them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, with you having a large role in the community here at Atlantis, what are some things that you would like to see change?
Well, we talk about the opportunities that are out there. We know that are out there, but we have to put it in action.
Right.
We really do have to put it in action. In other words, us here at the university, it's very important through our career resource and through the help assistance of faculty and others, we really need to reach out and have them be partners with us. We need to partner with our community. We have nursing programs here within yards of us, feet of us. We have one of the largest medical systems in the country, UM Medical, right? You guys are athletes, right? Within, how long does it take you to walk to Marlin Stadium? Maybe 15 minutes?
Yeah, not far.
There's no reason we can't partner, do days there. They bring in, become a part of whatever it is, So we have city government. It's large city government around us. If folks are interested in government, having a relationship with City of Miami government, all the things that I spoke about before. I would love to see places like Carnival Cruise Lines, have a day here to talk about the cruising industry, the boating industry, the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
We have major hotels here and resorts.
Yeah.
Can we have relationships with them? Are they willing to come in and talk about future in hospitality and hotel and all of that good stuff? It's all right here. So not only being in the right place and just saying, hey, we're in the right place.
Right.
We have to actively, as Atlantis University, reach out to the community and invite them to be a part of what we're doing here in a special, so that we become one of the first thoughts.
Right.
Like, hey, Atlantis, they have young, bright minds, and we're willing to give our time and work. You're right. Very few people say no to a college student who are asking for assistance.
Right.
Right? They're saying, hey, I need to know more. I need to go. People love to share because you have on your own, right, through your hard work, qualified to be at a university. Many people don't make it to a university and a college. So people already know, hey, this person is bright, and you did it as a student athlete, so you were able to balance. And people that are able to balance life are the folks that really succeed. Because in life, you can't put your head down and say, I'm only going to deal with this. You have to succeed amidst distraction, right? The noise. as we talked about before we started talking, you go into a stadium that you're a visiting team, and everybody's yelling at you, hate you, you suck, all this good stuff. And yet you still have to perform at the highest level with people, depending on your sport. Well, all sports, the opposite team with similar athletes, with similar people, are trying to stop you, prevent you from doing what you want to do. So you got haters all over, yet you all succeed. Right? That's the same way in life. Not everybody will want you to succeed. There are going to be people against you, plot against you. There's going to be things that don't go your way, but you continue to move forward and succeed. You all have already done that by getting to this level. And then now with our help, right, we're going to make you get to the next level, and that level is life. Doing the same thing, succeeding the same way in life, and then you'll become a proud alumni, and we'll have you sitting here as an alumni, kind of like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that, there's a lot of opportunity for partnerships within the community down here. And, I think it would be very beneficial to, even help to just grow a bigger name for the university, So when people, like you said, the first thing that they think of is Atlantis University. And I know that's the goal and the vision that, the higher-ups here have to really grow this into a well-known, thing, not just in South Florida or Florida, but really, all around the country. And I think it can definitely start with that.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And by the way, you guys are the higher-ups.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You students are the higher-up, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that being said, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning into our 4th episode of Red Talk. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, Jack, for stepping in for Nico, and thank you for letting me be here and enjoying this awesome conversation with you too.
Yep.
All right.
Appreciate you coming out, Professor.
Love it. Love you guys.
Everyone tune in men's basketball. Games in Ohio this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, UC Claremont. So season's starting.
He's a natural.
Yes. Best of luck this weekend.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, guys.